All right, welcome to continued post-game coverage of the NCAA Softball Championships Knoxville Regional. We're joined by representatives from the University of Tennessee from left to right, our head coach Karen Weekly and student athletes Zeta Pooney and Peyton Gottschall. For those in the room, please raise your hand for questions, and we'll pass a mic to you. For those of you on Zoom, please use the raise hand function if you'd like to ask a question, and unmute yourself when I prompt you. And Coach, if you'll start us off with an opening statement, please.
Well, it's great to be at home. University of Tennessee does a fantastic job of putting on these kind of events, and I'm just really proud to be a Tennessee Volunteer. Good first win. Friday nights are always tough. It doesn't matter, and that game was a lot tougher than that final score indicated. But I'm proud of our team for just battling to figure things out. We were struggling there a little bit early on, but this one next to me, Zeta, she shows the way for us a lot, and she did it again today. And then Peyton did her job, which was keep them off the board until we could figure things out offensively, and she did that and more.
All right, we'll go into questions. We'll start with Dan.
Peyton, when did you find out you were starting, and what was your thinking going into this game, particularly early when the offense was having a little trouble there getting going?
I found out this morning at film, and I just knew that I had to keep going and keep battling, and I knew that our offense was going to come through at some point, and because I know that they're good enough where they're going to be able to hit any pitcher.
Karthik.
Peyton, it's your first no-hitter, I believe, as a Lady Vol. I mean, how does that feel?
I mean, great. I didn't even know that, but yeah, it feels good.
Cara, wait for a mic, please.
Zeta, you obviously started off the night with a homer, but then, like Karen said, the offense was not getting the runs back like you guys would usually. How have you guys learned to adjust and make that adjustment mid-game where, maybe the first couple innings aren't getting where you want, but then just kind of explode?
I'd say our communication throughout the whole game. No matter if you had a bad at bat and good at bat, we come in the dugout and we tell our teammates what we saw, and we just pass the message along.
We'll take a remote question. Maria, you may unmute yourself.
Peyton, question for you. You came to Tennessee, obviously, a year ago from Bowling Green. What was your reasons for doing that? I remember when you signed, Karen Weekly said she is so competitive, and it really struck her how much you struck out Lady Vols in an NCAA tournament game. What led you to Tennessee, and did you consider going anywhere else?
Not really. I came here, this is my only visit, first and only, and just the competitive environment, and just from watching the team previously, I knew that they were a great, solid group, and I just really wanted to be a part of that and help them achieve the goals and everything that I wanted, but what all the team wanted.
Go next to Caleb.
Peyton, obviously tonight a good outing. What was your plan coming into tonight, and then what worked once you got in the game?
My plan was just to attack with my pitches and not really focus on their offense as much, just focus on my strengths and what I knew was going to work, and that was just what I did.
Dan, then Tyler.
Karen, did you consider anyone else possibly for starting, Carolyn or even Ashley for this game, or did you want to go with Peyton? Were you pretty certain about she was going to be the starter for this game?
Yeah, early in the week, I went through a lot of different scenarios in my mind. And the first game's the most important, but then you try to figure out how things are going to flow after that too. But I just know from experience, Friday night games can be tough. And I knew that Peyton would attack the zone and, not give them any freebies and any chances to really mount rallies unless they earned it. And I just wanted her out there for us to have that on our side.
Zeta, any player would love to have 2 homers in the first game of the regional. How much confidence does that give you to be able to do that to kick off this regional? I wouldn't say that my confidence came from those 2 home runs. I just trust my process. But just having my teammates behind me and playing for each other, it's so much easier to play out there. So
Go next to Paige.
Karen, your word you've used a lot throughout the season is attack and field awareness. Do you think you guys did that today?
I think so. sometimes you get a little over aggressive with that mindset, and with the style of pitching we saw early on, that was part of the problem, was we were just being way too aggressive. And I think as ball players, it's finding that balance between having an attack mentality, but also making the other team, give you what you want to hit.
Zeta, Jamison picked up right where she left off at the SEC tournament tonight. 5 RBIs, great production in the bottom of your order. What does that do for you guys, just confidence-wise, knowing that even though she's just a freshman, it's her first tournament, she's going to step up there and hit a double or a triple?
Jamison's doing really well. I mean, I guess this is her postseason Jamison. But I don't know how to explain it, but she's just different. And she brings so much energy to our team. But her confidence has gone up a lot, and she's doing well. And I'm just happy to see her succeed. So, yeah.
And if Peyton, you struck out the first 6 you saw, what does that do for your mental and in your confidence when you're in a game, when you just sit them down right in a row?
I mean, it just lets me know that my stuff's working, and just gives me even more confidence to keep pushing and just keep going and going and going.
Got extra, Reese?
Karen, kind of to you about Jamison. What does she bring to this team that's different from the rest of the players?
She's just endearingly unique. She's just kind of a goofy, fun, kid or young lady. And she doesn't dwell. And I think that's the good thing about her. She's got a pretty good short-term memory. And what you're seeing these last couple weekends, that's the jam that, I saw when I recruited her. She's got a lot of talent, and when she just lets it go, she's pretty special.
Karen, did you call Mackenzie's bunt there? And if so, were you looking to maybe stir things up a little bit and see if you could maybe change the dynamic a little bit?
Yeah, I think I called a lot of bunts in a row. Yeah, I just felt like, we were just kind of struggling to get on time at that point in the game. And once we got a lead off on third, Riley starts things off with that triple. Then it puts the pressure on the defense. If they throw to 1, we got a chance to score. If they worry about us at third, we got a chance to get runners on. So I just wanted to force some action, get some runners going, and force the defense to have to make plays.
We'll go back to a remote question, Maria, and we'll finish up with Cora.
Karen, just looking at the weather forecast for tomorrow, there is a high chance of rain. How beneficial is it to have that first game in what could end up being a very long day in Knoxville?
Well, I didn't know that was the forecast. But, I look at Friday night and game 1 on Saturday the same. You got to get this win to put yourself in a position tomorrow to be in the winner's bracket game. But then that first game tomorrow is really critical too, because whether you lose tonight or lose tomorrow, game 1 on Saturday, you're looking at playing 5 games to win this darn thing. So tonight, yes, is step 1, but tomorrow is an equally important step.
Karen, it felt like your base runners were able to really capitalize on some defensive miscues tonight, really aggressive base running. I just wondered how you felt about, your guys' ability to capitalize on that and the execution on the bases.
Yeah, we put a lot of emphasis on base running, and especially this week in practice, we talked a lot about running aggressively and running with our eyes up and, pushing for the extra base, run until the defense stops us. And I think we were able to capitalize because we were running with that mindset. If we're assuming they're going to make a play, then we're pulling up way too soon. But everybody just, kept in motion and allowed us to take advantage of some of those miscues.
Ladies, thank you very much.